Hello Reformers and welcome back to Kenshi and our Cannibal stories. Now, I have obviously been away from Kenshi for quite some time. Now, there's a reason for that. I have realized that because I, recruited a whole bunch of people here, that micromanaging them is very, very difficult. If they are not willing to pick up food automatically, I am going to be required to go through every single one of these guys and give them food individually. And you can imagine that that's going to be kind of difficult. So that's kind of a reason why I haven't really been playing Kenshi, which is a real shame because I love playing with the cannibals. I think that it's a really fun slant on how to play the game. And it obviously makes it quite a bit more difficult because every single faction is wanting to kill you. And you're going to have to obviously deal with a whole wide variety of different difficulties as a result of that. And bear in mind, not entirely sure if this is the case, but bear in mind, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that cannibals do not replenish, if you know what I mean. So obviously if I'm incorrect, then by all means leave it in the comments, but from what I can tell so far, when I went back to the main cannibal camp a couple of episodes ago, maybe like before the previous episode, to recruit more cannibals and get some reinforcements, I was actually thinking to myself, no, I don't want to look at the tutorials, thank you very much. I would like to just start. There we go. Thank you. Alright, so anyway, the point is, oh yes, we are now in a dust storm. But I wanted to kill these enemies right here. But yes, as I was saying, I don't think that the cannibals will replenish themselves. In other words, they are a finite resource. I don't know whether this is the case 100%, so don't quote me on it. But from what I can tell so far, it is maybe a bit difficult, maybe a bit difficult to deal with that. So what I'm doing here is basically I am just killing these peasants for no reason other than the fact that it might be an idea to get some food for some of my more malnourished members of Squad Eaterino and Lecter's Luncheon. Because, well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It kind of does. Anyway, hopefully we will be able to attack all of these guys. Oh yeah, I probably should have installed the other mod, by the way. The mod that it gives me more attack slots. That probably would have made sense. But I, did not do that. As I say, because I've been a little bit preoccupied with other things. And what are you actually doing? What's he doing? He kidnapped the guy. Oh no, he kidnapped that guy a while ago, actually. That's kind of amusing. Alright, well, I guess, I guess I'm just going to steal a bunch of the raw human meat here. Thank you very much. Okay, then everyone else can just go and kill the remaining peasants over here. So now my main goal is to go and try and complete this. Yes, wanted the Canyonlands Killer. I was hopeful that I might be able to do this, so I have been making my way over to what I hope are actually the Canyonlands. I don't have it on my map. I don't have any way of knowing whether this is actually the right place to be, but I'm hopeful that it is going to be. So as you can see right here, Spine Canyon. I was hopeful that Spine Canyon would be the place that I can potentially find him, because there are no other places in the entirety of Kenshi that have canyon in the name. So I am hopeful that I will be able to find him there, if at all possible. If I can't find him there, then that's just how it has to be, and I will just try and find something else to attack, or something like that. But yes, I think, in general, what is going to happen with our cannibal stories here is either I will spend an insane amount of time micromanaging every single one of my cannibals so that they have at least 2 pieces of food on them each. Either I will be doing that, or the series will come to an inevitable conclusion at some point when my cannibals are no longer able to fight due to malnourishment. So that's basically our options, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to continue as much as I could, but now that I have recruited so many cannibals, it is making things very, very difficult. Oh, hello. There seems to be a named over here who is wanting to attack us. Is that a child? It looks like a child. Don't you think that it looks like a child? Oh no. Don't really want to kill that. Thank you very much. Well, if whoever decides to attack, then my cannibals will defend themselves. They will defend themselves. No. It seems like they gave up. All right. So yeah, anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to try and run along the road here, run along the road in the Spine Canyon zone, and we will see whether we can potentially come across the bounty target. Now, here's the thing. I, of course, because I am a cannibal, I'm actually not going to be able to hand in the bounty to anyone. So basically I'm doing this just because it's fun. Just because it's fun to do so, and it's fun to have a look around in different areas as well, because we've spent so many episodes standing in Mom's kitchen and being in the northern coast and raiding the fishing village and so on and so forth. Yeah, by the way, I attempted to find a number of survivors, because there are, I believe, about 5 survivors in the fishing village, and I was attempting to find them, but I couldn't find them. They were all dead on the floor. Everyone was dead, so I assume that there are some patrols running around. And I thought, okay, I'm probably not going to be able to, I'm probably not going to be able to find them. So I basically just left, and I thought, okay, let's go and do the bounty. Let's go and do the bounty and see how that goes. I'm actually just going to continue going along this road here. As you can see, Spine Canyon does actually have a road in it, so we will hopefully be able to get there reasonably quickly. So I'm actually just going to speed things up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if we are having problems in terms of the dust storm. It seems like we are. As you can see, it seems to be reducing our attack quite considerably. And bear in mind, there is actually a cannibal raid heading towards Mom's kitchen as we speak. However, if they do decide to attack, we have one squad full of 50 cannibals ready there to greet them, and if they decide to attack, then that's on them. If they decide to do that, then they are probably going to end up dying and becoming a meal for our forces. But as we've seen, the cannibal raids, or raids in general, actually do not appear to work against us. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool in my opinion. Ooh, what's this? We have some junk out in the middle of the desert here. I'm holding Alt, but there isn't anything around to loot. That's kind of sad. Oh well, what about if we go over this way as well? I'm kind of hoping that that fellow will come out of nowhere and be like, hey, so I'm gonna raid you, and hopefully we'll be able to do something against him. It really depends on how strong his forces are, but I think we should. I mean, I've got a pretty sizable army here, so theoretically we're not going to have any problems. Alright, so now this is when we probably... Oh, there is a lot of... Whoa, a lot of lag going on right there. A lot of lag. Okay, nothing to worry about. Oh, discovered cactus den. I hope that doesn't mean anything dangerous, because there are many... Oh, hello there. Wait a minute. I've seen something. Starving vagrants. Well, that's definitely not... Wait a minute, they're following their leader. Who's the leader? I assume that one. This one is the leader right in front of them, so... Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any named among them. So I am less inclined to attack them right now. I mean, theoretically what I could do is I could go into my build menu and I could, construct a cannibal camp, cannibal campfire, cooking station, kind of thing. And then I could assign a bunch of people to begin cooking and all that sort of thing. But again, it's because of the micromanagement intensive thing that I'd have to do with that would make it very tedious indeed, and it's certainly not something I want to do for 150 people, but maybe I will end up doing it at some point. I just didn't really have the time in the last, well, week or so. I didn't really have the time to really spend on that much off-screen. Alright, so we've discovered the cactus den, but let's continue going through here. I'm hopeful that we won't have any more problems with dust storms once we have gone through here a little bit further, because the dust storm is being kind of annoying, to be honest. Yes, it seems like it is still being kind of annoying, so yes, hopefully we won't be attacked over here. I'd be very surprised, actually, if someone decides to attack us, because let's face it, we are kind of devastating, so most things will probably perish before us, which is pretty nice. But I seem to not be too lucky with finding the bounty. Maybe we're not actually going to find the bounty, because the bounty itself is only available if you speak to the person that actually dropped that item, so it might make sense for us to just give up on this, but I'd actually like to explore. I've never done that in Kenshi before. The only time that I did that was when I was doing some research before creating the Cannibal series, because I like to, even though it may not seem like it... Ooh, what's this? Who's that? Holy Chosen. Alright, we might want to go and attack them. Anyway, the point is, it may not seem like it, but I do actually conduct a little bit of research, a little bit of prior experience sometimes. You know, most of the time I will do that to try and make sure that I know what's going on, unless it is a game that I think will be better served not doing that. Anyway, the point is, I was playing around in Kenshi, and I created just some random character, you know, without any mods. It was just absolutely standard start. And I thought to myself, okay, I don't really want to do some mining. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on some random area, and I'm going to see what happens. And I actually encountered quite a few... Oh, what's this? That is a skimmer. Right. Well, let's attack the skimmer. Why not? Let's attack the skimmer and see what happens. And yeah, so anyway, as my fellows are now fighting this, I'm going to continue with my story. Anyway, as I was playing, I thought, yeah, let's click on some random area, and let's see what we encounter. And so, what I encountered was a couple of people from the Holy Nation telling me, oh, you know, join us and be, you know, absolved of all your sins and so on and so forth. And then he actually ended up giving me some pretty good stuff, actually. He gave me a, I think he gave me some water? I think he gave me some water, or he gave me an item of some kind. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, that seems pretty nice of him, doesn't it? And so, yeah, so then I went on in my random direction, and I was actually going, if I can show you on the map, I was actually going over here into the floodlands. For those of you that are familiar with Kenshi, you probably know that's probably not the best idea, because the floodlands are infested by fogmen, and fogmen are, well, basically cannibals. They will eat you alive, and that's exactly what happened to my little research character. He got himself taken prisoner because, of course, he's level 1, he has literally no protection whatsoever, and he's up against some very high-level units. And he got himself, you know, tied to a post, and then they performed some kind of weird ritual, and then that ritual ended in a feast on my bones and flesh and all that wonderful stuff. So, yeah, that was not exactly the most fantastic thing ever, but it did tell me that I should probably not go to the Floodlands if I am a relatively low level, or should we say low skill, character. So yeah, anyway, I am... oh, there you go. Scrawny cannibals, get over here. We're going to attack these guys. Let's do this. Alright, so we're going to attack these outlaw farmers. I'm basically just trying to attack everything in sight at the moment. That's basically all I'm trying to do right now, because I'd like to have as much fun as I can. And maybe what we can do is explore a little bit further around here. As you can see, we've already gone through Spine Canyon and we didn't find the bounty, so I don't know where that is actually going to be. Probably going to have to search a little bit more throughout Kenshi to really know where all these bounties end up. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to find a big enemy. You know what I mean? I'd like to find a really, really big enemy that is going to just, you know, murder us, basically. I mean, I don't want us to lose, obviously, but I would like to try and defeat a really, really big enemy. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go into... Wait a minute, what is this? Okran's Fist. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go to Okran's Fist and I'm going to try and kill the entire village there. Let's see if we can actually make that happen. Got some scrawny cannibals that are unconscious. Okay, it seems like I'm just going to be leaving them to their fate then by the looks of things. Whoa, that skimmer absolutely murdered those bone dogs. Well, that's kind of impressive. Because bone dogs do seem to be, well, they seem pretty good. Oh, wow. Oh, what? What is this? It is a hand. It is a metal hand. I have no idea what's going on with that, but that's crazy. So, does that mean that all of these little structures here, if they are structures at all, I think they might be just rocks, but, maybe they are actually part of a bigger organism of some kind. And I say organism like it's organic, but I would assume it's much more metallic or machine in origin. So, yeah, there's definitely that to consider. But, well, whatever the case, we are going to be heading over to Okran's Fist, and I'll see you when we arrive. Well, it seems like we have a pretty weird encounter on our hands here. As you can see, we are currently... we're currently knocking all of these holy chosen guys unconscious, and it's kind of amusing really because they attacked us as I was just walking by minding my own business, and that's kind of interesting to me because usually you'd think that the holy nation, you know, they're holy sentinels and so on, that they're probably going to be pretty good at what they do, but no, apparently well, this entire group of Holy Sentinels has kind of having a pretty bad day of things, and as you can see, most of my people are now starving, including this guy who has some raw meat on him. He also has a human torso, but unfortunately that does not actually make any difference. So that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. So we are going to have a bit of an issue, shall we say, in attempting to kill the arm of, where is it again? Okran's Fist. There we go. That's where we want to go. Hopefully we will be able to do that. I'm actually unsure whether we're even able to do that, to be honest, because it seems like there's actually not even any... Huh, it doesn't seem to be a road. Maybe I need to approach from the other side. Well, whatever the case, let's just begin moving over here, shall we? Let's go to get all our people selected. And can I select them like so? Yes, there we go. Fantastic. Okay, so I have everyone selected. Let's tell them to go over to that holy farm over there. Maybe we can... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have seen a couple of people here. High paladins. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so let me see if I can get all my people. They seem to be moving extremely slowly. Yeah, yeah, now there's the reason for that. Okay, so I'm actually just going to tell them to do their normal thing here because I don't want them to be too slow, because there's one of them that is moving at a snail's pace. So we're just going to tell them to go straight up here and see what's actually going on. Okay, those guys are a little bit too harsh in my opinion. Oh, look at that. We've got some animal skin on the ground here. Seems like someone is doing a little bit of fighting. Oh, that's Shaku from the skeletal faction. Now, I really wish... I know this kind of defeats the purpose, but I really wish that we didn't need to eat. But it does defeat the purpose considering we are cannibals, you know. So, you know, there's not any way around it, is there? No, certainly not. Anyway, let's move a little bit quicker, shall we? Going along the road again. No, that doesn't go. That doesn't go. That's not the song. That is not the song. That is tragedy. That's not it. Anyway, let's have a look what's going on here. Okay, so we have some domesticated bulls, bone dog, and this is their little house, isn't it? This is their little house. So I guess we are actually going to be attacking them. Scrawny Cannibal is dead. Yes, I realize that. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And well, that's the thing. I don't think I can actually get to Okran's fist. I think I probably need to go a different direction. So that doesn't appear to be working. There's World's End. We might want to go to World's End. Let's actually just go to World's End and see what's going on there. Scrawny Cannibal has died from blood loss. Yes. I thought it might. But we are on basically on our last death march right here. But don't worry, if you would like the Cannibal series to continue, and you'd like me to do that micromanagement stuff, which is a bit harsh, gotta say that. But if you'd like me to do that, then I can just reload, you know. I'm just having some fun here and trying to see and suss out the various enemies that we could potentially attack. Ooh, hello. Oh my. This is not good. This is not a good thing for us to attack. Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you right now, this is not a good thing for us to attack. 100% we are going to have a huge problem here. Oh, my cannibals are actually just running in. Okay, I'm actually just going to let them do their own thing, and we're going to see how we do here. But these guys, yeah, they're tech hunters, and they also have other fellows as well. I don't think we're probably going to be able to... There's no way we're going to be able to do anything to this particular city right here. It's not a fishing village, you know. It's not a normal fishing village or anything like that. So it is going to be one of those times where I think that's it. I think that's it for this series. And if you'd like to see us play as a cannibal again, or maybe what we could do is play as a smaller band of cannibals, perhaps. Or if you'd like to see a completely different series of Kenshi, then let me know. Because I've had a huge amount of fun playing as the cannibals, and as I say, maybe we'll return to them at some point. But as I said, it became one of those things where there's just too many. There's just too many of them to foreseeably give them a good amount of sustained food, basically. I could have done it if I had built maybe some food storage, but I don't know whether they would automatically take from that, because I've received differing reports on that the actual food that they can eat is not automatically taken for some reason. So there's a whole bunch of different reasons for that. Anyway, I thank you very much for joining me along this journey and for watching this episode, and I will see you next time.